Yeah. Testing, testing.
In Ocean City, Maryland, we rise with the tide. We soar high. We were born to make waves, and we bleed Decatur blue. We are more than just a coastal community. We're a way of life. We stand strong. We cheer loud, and we rally behind our champions. Together, we celebrate victories, big and small, because every win is a win for us all. Ocean City is a proud sponsor of the Stephen Decatur High School Seahawks. Let's go Seahawks!
Living a good life means being healthy. But what does it mean to be healthy and stay healthy? It means getting the right kind of care. Right here. And convenient. It means having the right hospital to coordinate the delivery of health care for the entire community. Atlantic General Hospital. We'll put you on the right path to good health. And keep you there.
Bank of Ocean City is proud to support Stephen Decatur High School athletics. With 6 convenient locations available, stop by and see what a true community bank is all about. Let's go Seahawks!
Hi, it's Todd from Park Place Jewelers. Celebrating these special moments in your loved one's life are priceless. Park Place Jewelers understands the importance of celebration, like the recreation of a family heirloom, engagements, that just because gift, a crowning achievement, and overcoming the odds. With personalized one-of-a-kind jewelry, we can make these occasions extra special. Park Place Jewelers can make those moments unforgettable and put a sparkle in your celebration.
Convenient locations, dozens of local ATMs, millions of wherever you happen to be locations. Mobile banking built for your mobile lifestyle. Taylor Bank, always here for good.
At Bradley Atlantic Insurance Management, located right on Main Street, Berlin, Maryland, we know your lives are defined by the endless moments experienced each day with your work, your families, and your community. Protecting those moments is what defines us. Bradley Atlantic Insurance Management. We were designed to...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Robert G. Knox Field at Lewis H. Taylor Stadium for tonight's MPSSAA 2A football round 2 action. Tonight, we welcome the Indians from Wicomico High School. If you would direct your attention to the scoreboard for some important administrative announcements.
Good evening and welcome to beautiful Lewis H. Taylor Stadium. I'm Tom Sykes and I'm the proud principal here at Stephen Decatur High School. Nothing is better than evenings in our stadium watching our student athletes perform on the field. We are now in our second year of enjoying all the excitement that our video board has brought to our game experience. This year promises to be even better with new enhancements such as real-time stats and new graphics. I want to thank our 8 anchor sponsors that appear above and below the screen, as well as our digital premier partners. Without your support, this fantastic addition to our stadium wouldn't be possible. And lastly, I want to thank our video board technicians, Mr. Dave Dodson and Ron Kinnear, who have taken our game experience to a new level. Now sit back, enjoy the game, and let's go Seahawks!
Hello, my name is Deshaun Purnell, Assistant Principal at Stephen Decatur High School. As a former Seahawks student athlete, I would like to welcome everyone to today's game. As each team represents their respective schools, we remind you that honoring the values of sportsmanship is the essence of every athletic contest. We ask you to accept responsibility as a fan by showing respect for the players, respect for the coaches, respect for the officials, and respect for those around you. Your support and cooperation will allow all athletes involved in this contest to achieve and demonstrate their best.
Hello fans, I'm Jennifer Garten, Assistant Principal at Stephen Decatur High School. I would like to remind everyone at Worcester County Public Schools, #1 priority is to ensure the safety and security of our players, coaches, officials, and spectators. Help us keep our facilities and athletic venues safe by immediately reporting any safety concerns to law enforcement or school administrators.
Trevor Hill here, Assistant Principal at Stephen Decatur High School. At this time, please familiarize yourself with the nearest exit in the event of an emergency evacuation. Remember, if you see something, say something. Go Hawks!
Hello, my name is Dr. Kurt Bunning, Athletic Administrator here at Stephen Decatur High School. Fans and players, please be aware that this contest is being streamed live, both audio and video. Conversations in the stands may be audible on the live stream, so please be mindful when conversing, cheering, or commenting on the game. If you have friends or family that could not be here today, please make sure to check us out on YouTube. To find our channel, just search SDHS Sports.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight.
Yeah, I say that we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight.
Yeah, I say that we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance. Yeah, I say that we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance.
Seahawk fans, make some noise for your Stephen Decatur Seahawks! Now for the
Feels like it's been forever.
Absolutely.
For the
It's been a few
presentation of the
weeks.
colors and
So
the
we're
playing
happy,
of the
excited to be here
national anthem.
tonight. We're going to send it down to the
Presenting
field for
colors
the
this
national
evening
anthem.
is the Stephen Decatur High School NJROTC Color Guard, under the command of Cadet Timothy McCormick. Carrying the organizational flag is Cadet Gavin McBride. The left and right guards are Cadets Cody Coots and Nathan Brandt. The national anthem this evening will be performed by the Stephen Decatur High School Marching Seahawks under direction of drum major Ted Donahue. Great job as usual to the band. As the band clears the field and the color guard as well, we'll have captains out for the coin toss, and kickoff is
All
imminent.
right, Tyler. So second round playoff action tonight. Y-High comes in under Coach Matt McMurdo. Another guy just like our coach, Jay Coleman, who came through the Salisbury University football pipeline. Y-High started out the season 0-3, and they won 5 of their last 7, turned the reins over to sophomore quarterback Landon Roach. And I think, these teams met, 3 weeks ago?
Not too long ago.
Yeah,
less than a month, so they're all definitely familiar with each other, that's for sure.
To my eyes, aside from Randallstown, Y-High played us, I thought, better than anybody had played us this year, closer than anybody. It was still 49 to 14, I think, in the end. But it did get to 35-14, which this year has been close for us.
And they put the first points on the board against us, and it was over a month, right, against our defense.
Out for the Seahawks tonight,
we had 5 straight shutouts
Bradshaw,
and then an interception return for a touchdown. Johnny Hopgood threw an interception return for a touchdown, and they scored 7. Eventually burned us on a long pass play, too, and made it to 35-14, but then we blocked a punt and had an interception return for a touchdown, and 49-14 was the final score. Big news tonight for Decatur. Starting quarterback Johnny Hopgood is relegated to the emergency role. Took a knee to the calf, was it last week?
Yeah, last week, late in the game, right before he came out, and Blake Casamo took over for him in that game last week against North Carolina. So all eyes on both quarterbacks tonight. Young quarterback Roach from Y-High, and who's a 10th grader, sophomore 10th grader, playing very well. Yeah. And like you said, wasn't the starter week 1 for them, under center. So, and Johnny out, so we'll see what Blake Casamo's got in store tonight. So I think he'll be ready for the challenge.
Yeah, Roach comes in with 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, completion percentage at about 65%. So impressive numbers for him. Casamo comes in with 7 touchdowns, no interceptions, playing mostly in the backup role to Johnny this year, 62% completion rate. So we'll see how it goes. Casamo's going to be the starter. And Y-High has won the toss, and they've elected to defer again. So normally we would say that's not a great plan.
Not a great plan. Well, North Carolina won it last week and took it right off the jump. So
didn't matter for them either.
Didn't matter.
You're looking at a Decatur team that hasn't trailed yet this year. They've scored 477 points and given up 66, I believe is the number. So that's 6.6 points a game. Defense has been amazing. 5 straight shutouts at one point, like we were saying. But the offense will take the field first, and we'll see what Mr. Casamo's got. We'll be right back for the kickoff. All right, back deep for Decatur, David Chandler and Zachary Baker. Z-Bake took the first kickoff of the season back for a touchdown. That was symbolic of how things were going to go this year.
So big early shout out for Z-Bake. Accepted to Salisbury University today.
I saw that. That's great news. Congrats to him.
And I'm eyeing up the Salisbury University Seagulls for Z-Bake, man. He'd be a great fit there.
So they kick it short here, and it's going to be recovered at the 42-yard line. So great field position to start. Kasamo will come out. I'm sure he'll have Vernon DeShields III in the backfield with him. Vernon just shy of 700 yards on the year, 10 touchdowns. I think he's mostly played in the first half of games because things have gotten out of hand so quickly. So he'll have that weapon along with his wideouts. It looks like Bradshaw, Chandler, Tribe Wise, Ethan Bradshaw, Chandler, Tribe Wise, and Z-Bake at the wideout position to start here. And they got –
looks like GD3 is going to line up in the slot to start,
They're probably motioning him into the backfield. Normal starting offensive line looks like Maloney, Beeham at right guard, Anthony Burke out there. Screen pass, so real quick to DeShield, and he is out to the 50-yard line and keeps going.
To DeShields.
Looks like he got the first down all the way into Y-High territory to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, big YAC guy, VD3. You know, yards after contact when he's getting the ball handed off, and he's been a weapon here in the last month or so, as a receiver as well out of the backfield. So when he's got the ball in his hands, I mean, he's usually making the first guy miss, that's for sure.
I think that's a great call for your quarterback who hasn't started yet this year to give him an easy pass, a little hit there, get him hot. And again, they're going to go quick and go to Z-Bake on the left side, and he's going to catch it and take it inside the 40 down to about the 38.
On the reception.
And so 2 plays in, and both guys with receptions have made missed tackles. They've shaken the first guy and gotten a couple extra yards there. Both great start, throwing off, with Blake getting the ball out really, really fast.
Y-High, good size on the defensive side up front. A couple guys injured tonight, though, I think. We'll see if that makes a difference. And we got stoppage of play.
Maybe a little early movement on our line here.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense.
Okay.
There you go.
5-yard penalty. Results in the first down.
I always forget that, on the encroachment calls and defensive offsides, when they jump, they actually blow the play dead.
Yeah.
They don't let it shake out, so to speak. So
yeah. So I didn't finish on the left guard, Reed Phillips, the left tackle, Declan Horan today. We'll apologize early on, just like the problem we had a few weeks back. Y-High's jersey numbers are near impossible to read from up here. They're yellow. We can't see them very well. We'll do the best we can, but Kasamo drops, fakes the throw. He's going to run it, and he's going to be hit and dropped at the 36.
Kasamo on the quarterback keeper.
It looks like a design keep there, one arm fake out to the right,
2nd and 12
and a keep there. One difference you'll see between Blake and Johnny is Blake is more of a pocket guy, stationary guy, and I know with design runs he can be elusive, but just pure speed-wise, he's a little more stationary than Johnny.
So it'll be 2nd down, 12 after a loss of 2 there. Kasamo takes a snap, hands off to DeShield up the middle. He's going to be dropped after a gain of maybe a couple.
All right,
DeShield's on the carry.
Likely in 4-down territory here, you know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see what the play call is. Maybe a pass here.
A gain of 1.
Try and get it to 4th and short. Not sure what, Blake's got in the cold air tonight with kicking. It would definitely be a little bit more challenging, that's for sure.
Yeah, and a little bit of wind tonight going left to right on your screen, but not as much as we thought. But there is a little bit of wind into Kasamo's face right now. Bradshaw goes in motion to the right side. And now DeShield's in motion. Snap. Kasamo looks, pulls it down. He's going to run, throws it out wild to DeShield, and that's going to be a fumble. And it looks like it was recovered by Decatur, but a big loss there.
Maloney on the fumble
recovery.
Right,
so a little bit of panic there from Kasamo. Obviously, he's better off, just tucking and going down there and lateraling.
Yeah,
there's English
easy,
language
easy
again.
for you to say.
Yeah, throwing it backwards there, and luckily we were able to recover So punt team will definitely be out. So just a little bit of nerves there from Kasamo, which is understandable.
Yeah.
But luckily we're able to get control of the football in possession, and we'll punt the ball away here.
Yeah, near disaster there. You were saying 4-down territory. You weren't counting on the 10-yard loss or whatever that was. So Tapley comes on to punt, something he hasn't done very often this year.
Nate Tapley on to punt it away. To a
big stop from Y-High there. I mean, to defer the kick and hold on the opening drive. I'm not real. I think I don't know, we have to get Dave on it, but I think we might be putting points on the board on the first drive almost every game this season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Dave could tell us, I'm sure.
Yep.
There's a snap. Kick is off. That's going to bounce, go inside, way down around the 5-yard line where it's going to be down. Y-High will take over with their sophomore quarterback, Landon Roach. It's 0-0, 9:04 left in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
Of the evening, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 5-yard line with 9:04 left in the first quarter.
All right, coming back in here, Landon Roach. Going to take the snaps. A lot of weapons all over the field for him. He rolls to his right. He's looking to throw right away and overshoots his wide receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, so a little miscommunication on the route right there from Roach. Roach, not a very big kid right now, 5'9", 150. All right, so look for some pressure on him and some mixed looks, maybe some blitzes coming from our secondary tonight and things along that nature because, as a young player, they're going to try and do some things a little bit different and get him out of rhythm.
So 2nd down and 10. Snap, handoff. Not much there. Maybe 3.
Seahawks fans, it's third.
North Carolina last week, 75% or more. I think it was almost 80% of their run plays were right at the, right off the guards and running right guard both times. That Sully did a nice job there last week. But look for them if they're going to run the football, it's going to be right behind the center tonight.
And we got a guy offside. Looks like the wide receiver on Y-High.
That ball, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
There's so many athletes for us, in the secondary at the linebacker position. They're going to need to try and go north and south as much as possible, and it's hard against our line with the size that we got. But Y-High still running spread offense, pound for pound and man for man, our athletes match up with the best in the state.
Yeah, 6.6 points a game we've given up in the top 10 in the state. But here's a handoff. Nice run here. Going to be up near the 1st down.
First down.
So 12-yard gain there. Did they move they're moving the sticks.
They are moving the sticks. That was Kevin Thomas on the run. Thomas looked good against us the first time these two teams played. Got a majority of the carries in the second half and did a little bit of damage. So,
yeah, Coach McMurdo, is a smart football guy. So he's going to try and exploit weaknesses as much as possible. And like I said, running off both guards and behind the center, they've done it twice already.
Yeah, here's a quick screen out to the right side. Receiver stumbles, gets tackled. Up near another 1st down, though.
Like Ethan Bradshaw was there first.
Can't see who that was on the reception, but it's going to be 2nd down and short. Second and one
for the Indians.
All right, let's see what they do here again. Check out their run play. All right, Roach calling out on the wristband here. I look for another run right here off the center, that's for certain. Thomas is in the backfield again, I believe, Mike.
Gotcha. There's a snap. LaRoche is looking right and misses everybody. That goes out of bounds. Intended for number 8, Kevin Thomas, out of the backfield. Looked like number 15, Jimmy Livesey, was in the area too. That's going to bring up 3rd down and short. See if this Decatur defense can hold and get off the field here.
Made the adjustments last week, knowing who's up in gaps and things of that nature. Look, Chandler moving up towards the line of scrimmage here, anticipating run.
There's the give, and he's going to have a first down a little bit more out to the 30-yard line is Thomas.
Thomas on the carry, tackled by David Chandler.
Looks like he's going to get most of the carries tonight.
An Indians first down.
Really nice game plan to start for the Indians. Intermediate passing routes, they've not connected, like they thought. There's been a little miscommunication there, but they've got the strategy with Thomas and, handing it to him out of shotgun formation.
Looks a lot like our offense, to be honest. Here goes Roach, drops. He's going to scramble. He's going to be hit and dropped. Looked like, can't see who was in on that tackle, but looked like Maloney might have hit him first.
A gain of
and
1.
then Tapley brings him down and
2nd and 9.
finishes him up. So 2nd and 9.
Here's the thing. Colder fall nights, man. You run the football with authority, guys start to feel that over and over and over later in the game. There's been not much wear and tear on our, defense so far this season. You run the football and show you're going to stick with it. It has guys thinking about it, that's for sure.
And Waiha's big up front. Quick screen here, and he's going to be dropped immediately out there by, is that number 5, Amarian Manuel?
Yep. Great job by Marion, shedding the first blocker or the outside wide receiver and bottling up that screen out there to the left.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
All right, let's see what they got in the playbook now for 3rd and long here. Chandler, 1 deep safety still.
Snap, give. They play it conservative, but Thomas breaks away a little bit, but he's brought down out there on the right side. Only a gain of about 3. It's not going to be near enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Manual on the
so ultra conservative play call there. Keep that in your back pocket. 3rd and long. Not real sure they're going to want to try and throw deep, especially pinned way back in their territory like that against our athletes.
So that brings out the punter, who is Rowan Okerblum. Called that name a lot last game, I remember now.
Rolls right off the tongue.
Yep. David Chandler back deep. Snap, loops. Okerblum gets it off. And that's going to go out of bounds over on the far side of the field. See where they mark it. It's going to be around the 39-yard line. So Kasama will come back out. Scoreless game, 4:21. We'll be right back.
4:21 left in the first quarter.
All right, here we go. Kasamo comes back out, takes a snap, hands to Vernon DeShield off the right side. DeShield's going to get about 4 maybe before he's brought down.
On the handoff to DeShield.
Hey, look for Coach Croto now. Blake showed a little bit of nerves there first time. I would imagine you're going to see majority of, some run plays here, maybe a little RPO play action, try and get Blake back into rhythm, slow that heart rate down, and get the ball out quick. Don't overthink it, get it out quick.
He's got to do what we said Johnny had to do before we knew what Johnny was going to do. Get it in the hands of your playmakers.
Yep.
And there's the Shields again, and he's going to be stopped after a short gain. And that's going to bring up about 3rd
on the carry.
Maybe 4.
A gain of 5.
Stick with it. Don't be frustrated. Don't need to try. Big hitter. Right away. Move the sticks. Slow the heart rate. We started out a little slow last week too. Guys real amped up week 1 of the postseason. Move the change. Get the guy, your feet underneath you a little bit.
So 3rd and 4. Kasamo takes a snap. Looks to his left. He's going to look long, throws. He's got David Chandler who makes the catch, and he's going to drag some guys with him. And he's still going, and he breaks down to the 21-yard line. David Chandler.
I don't know if we'll get a replay on that or not, but you see why top-tier Power 5 Division I athletes and what they can do. I mean, Chandler elevates at the highest level. It's almost like he floats to the football there.
All year long, I felt like he's been on another level. And here comes your highlight.
There it is. So, I mean, watch him just elevate. It looks like he's floating, man. You know, those type of players, those are the guys you want to see with the ball in their hands in the postseason run.
You're talking all Bayside basketball player last year, player of the year. The Shields to the right. He's not going to get – well, he's still going.
Battled for a few.
But Chandler, player of the year last year, Bayside in basketball, just decommitted from University of Virginia.
So sure did.
Waiting to hear where he's going to end up. He's got his choice of a bunch of places.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on the phone to Day-Day and his family right now. I mean, what a blessing and a curse, more of a blessing. But, I mean, that's not easy decisions when you've got all that type of thing laid out on the kitchen table for you, you know.
Absolutely. So it's going to be second about 9. Clock running under 2 minutes now in the first quarter. Decatur threatening now. And the clock should be stopped. They are having some kind of get together over on the far side with the referees. So the clock's still running, but it should have stopped a long time ago. Okay. All right, so we're down under 1:30 now. 30 seconds to figure out whatever was going over on the other side of the field. But Kasama takes a snap. He drops. He looks left. He throws deep to the end zone. And that's just out of the reach of David Chandler.
Kasama's pass intended for Chandler.
A little too much of a line drive there from Blake. Just out of the reach of him. A little bit more elevation under that ball, and he's in for pay dirt.
Up here in the booth, they're saying folks on the far side have the vuvuzela, those little plastic trumpets, and the referee told them they couldn't do that. So that's what the issue was a couple minutes ago. But I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what's being said up here in the booth. Anyway, it's 3rd and 9 now. And Kasamo takes a snap. He drops. He's looking left again. He rolls. He stops, throws over the middle, and nobody's there. And that's going to bring up 4th down. And an interesting decision here for Decatur, who has a pretty good kicker in Blake Wallace. It looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down here.
Yeah, 4th and 9, and with the wind in your face, and in the booth you can't feel it, but it's coming northwest, a very cold wind, right? And up high, it's going to go. I mean, it's supposed to be 15 to 20 miles an hour before the game's over, so they're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it.
I don't disagree with this.
Yeah, why not? 4th and 9 here. The Shields goes in motion. Kasama takes a snap. He's going to look to his left and throw. He hits the Shields in the flat. The Shields is going to be down to the 1-yard line. Almost goes in, but he's tackled there by number 7, James Morton.
Yeah, so BD3 left wide alone in the flat on 4th and 9. Little miscommunication there. Looks like from the linebackers, but can't do that with an athlete. I mean, here's the replay, and he's already in motion with a full speed, full head of steam going forward into the play. So
absolutely.
Yep.
So now you got the big package for Decatur coming out with Tapley at quarterback, but Y-High takes a timeout. So we'll be right back. 59 seconds to go in the first quarter. Decatur is threatening at the 1-yard line of Y-High. We'll be back.
return to play. It's
all right, coming back in.
For the Seahawks.
The ball's actually on the 2-yard line. Nate Tapley at quarterback. Vernon DeShield in the backfield with him. We'll see how this goes. Usually it's a snap and a run right up the middle. Here it comes. Tapley hits the hole up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. Decatur takes the lead, 6-0.
It's like a bus running through the middle there, Mike Hughes.
It's a big fella.
Big fella. And just a high percentage play call down inside the 5-yard line, getting the ball to Nate Tapley and getting across that goal line.
Blake Wallace will be on the kick. They used to run that same play with Luke Mergatz, who's now at Duke University, but I hear he might be in town tonight, so maybe we'll see Luke.
Might see him out here. Are they idle this week, Duke?
I think so,
Okay,
yeah. Linebacker for Duke University. Blake Wallace's kick is up and good. It's 7-0 Decatur, 53 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
Left in the first quarter.
Nothing Decatur leads here. First quarter
to a duo
coming to an end. Blake Wallace kicking off after the Decatur touchdown by Nate Tapley. I almost called him Luke Tapley. Kick comes down about the 10-yard line. Went to the left side as a Y-high returner. He's going to be out to about the 28-yard line. Where he's brought down. Couldn't catch a number. Looked like maybe 16. I'm not totally sure.
It's a guessing game.
Yeah.
You guys were right. I wasn't in the booth that week. It is extremely hard to see the numbers on there.
Really can't tell. I was trying to watch our screen here, but our screen's a little bit delayed. So it's number 12 is what I'm hearing, Tayshawn Swan. If that's wrong, blame it on Mr. Seahawk, Jamie Greenwood.
That's
over
right.
there.
We blame him for a lot of things.
Yeah. So Y-High's offense comes out again. They moved the ball a little bit on their first drive. We'll see what Landon Roach can do this time. Takes the snap. He's looking to his right side immediately, and that ball's caught. And breaking away is number 4, Aaron Sadberry, their leading receiver, and he's going to go all the way down to the 2-yard line where he's tripped up finally by Ethan Bradshaw. Why did that to us last time?
It was a streaking go route. Number 21, Trey Dorn, flat-footed there. Was thinking, looked like he was going for the pick. Ball was headed right to him, but the streaking go route there beats him to the spot, and it was off to the races.
Off to the races. Aaron Sadberry, the leading receiver for Y-High this year.
We got a sideline warning on the offense.
And there you hear the sideline warning on the offense coming out onto the field, but no wonder they were excited, man. Sadberry, 23 receptions on the season, 6 touchdowns. So Y-High down at the 2-yard line now. Roach takes a snap, and it's going to be encroachment on Decatur.
It looked like number 80, Brett Schultz, jumped too soon.
False start on the offense.
All right, it's going to be on the offense.
Oh, good job. There we go.
Okay, so back it up 5 yards.
On the Indians, 5-yard penalty.
Indians' defensive line or offensive line is incredulous. They can't believe it.
Yeah, they are not happy, and neither is their sideline with that. Either way, that benefits us.
Yeah, so we'll be back to the 7-yard line now. 1st and 7. Clock running down to 15 seconds left in the first quarter. There's a snap. Handoff to Thomas. He's going to be down inside the Did he get in? He did get into the end zone. Touchdown for Y-High.
Multiple efforts there by the running back, Kevin Thomas. Boy, he is running with authority this evening. I saw at least 2 missed tackles there, 1 spin move, and he got in right in front of the pylon, Mike.
Like I said, he ran really well against us in the second half of the first game a few weeks back. I was very impressed with him, and this time he runs over a couple guys, spins off one, and into the end zone to make it 7-6, pending the extra point here. We could be tied up. There's the snap. Kick is up. It's through. And it's 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. So we got a little game here.
A little bit of a ball game here. A little white knuckling going on our sideline. Hey, it's not a bad thing, folks. It is not a bad thing.
At the end of one. I like it. We'll be right back. All right, coming back in. Y-High is tied it at 7 going into the second quarter here. Decatur not been challenged this year. Really, the closest anybody has been to him was Randallstown in 2013 at the half. We got a short kick here. It's going to be fielded by Ethan Bradshaw. He's going to take it up the left side a little bit, flag down. He's out to the 46-yard line. So, yeah, it's, you know, as you go further in these playoffs, it's good to be a little bit battle-tested. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got to be able to understand who is going to be ready to make plays when things are tight. When things are tight. You're not going to win 49-14, you know, every single week, especially in the postseason.
On the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
So that's going to be holding on. Decatur's going to back him up to about the 36, somewhere around there. No, he's still walking. It's going to be down to the 32 where they'll start.
You know, listen.
After the penalties assessed,
somebody told me one time that humble pie doesn't taste very good, but it improves the palate moving forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to be able to taste that and to get that feel of, you know, I need to perform when the game is close.
So here's a snap. The give. Left side. Only a couple yards there, maybe one for the Shields
on the carry.
You know, hats off to Y-High. They've played a really good brand of football in the last month or so. Month and a week, I should say. Right?
Yeah.
So they're going to be a little chippy in there, too. I mean, if you hang around, right, you've got nothing to lose, so to speak. You're trying to knock off the defending state champion, who's arguably had a better year, you know, statistically than last year. So, you know, they've got nothing to lose. They're going to play with a high motor.
Kasama takes a snap, gives it off again. And going nowhere again is the Shields. Jalen Mills, inside linebacker on the tackle there.
On the carry.
Good-sized kid, Jalen Mills, 6 foot 210.
3rd and 8.
Runs well.
Listen, at any level of football, you know, you've got a new play caller, a signal caller in, you know, who's only been in, you know, basically in garbage time for the most part this season. So there's uncertainty, you know, between the ears of a lot of these guys.
And he hasn't been thrown in a ton. You know, he's been handing off a lot because of the situations he's been playing in, ahead by a large number. So 3rd and 8 here. Kasama drops, looks right, pulls it down, rolls, scrambles, hits Ethan Bradshaw, who's going to be up to the 50-yard line before he's brought down. That's going to be a Decatur first down.
On the reception for Decatur.
There is a flag on the play. Don't know if they're going to call holding or not.
Declan Horan is signaling it's against Y-High. but the referee just
There's
signaled.
no penalty on the play. First down, Decatur.
All right, they picked it up. So 1st and 10.
All right, so nice job tucking and flushing out of the pocket and getting it to your playmaker, Bradshaw. Still want to maybe see Blake step up in the pocket there, not, feel the footsteps and tuck. It's just going to come with some time and some reps in this football game.
Yeah. Manuel goes in motion to the right. Casamo's going to throw. He's got his man for another first down. That's going to be number 2, Evan Copeland.
Evan Copeland on the reception. There's a flag on the play.
We got a hold on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
All right, so a hold will negate that. Bring that play back.
They're going to walk this one off and back it up to the 40.
After the penalties assessed,
so it'll be
the ball be
1st and 20.
At the 40-yard line. It'll be
at their own 40-yard line for Decatur.
All right, a little bit of adversity, man. A little bit of adversity. It's okay.
Manuel in the backfield again. Snap to Casamo. He's going to throw. Hit from behind and dropped. That looks like, is that number 9 again, Jalen Mills, coming off the edge.
Sure, an absolutely motivated Jalen Mills. He is foaming at the mouth, coming off that right side there. Getting to Casamo's blind side, and he is in the backfield. I mean, every snap. Wow. Every snap he's in the backfield.
Wow, high feeling it. So it's going to be 2nd down and 27 now. Samo takes a snap, hands off. It's going to be Manuel up the middle. Not much there. Maybe 2.
Manuel on the carry.
Got to bring up 3rd and long.
All right, so the run game not really providing much right now early. Going to definitely need to stick with it, though, as you move forward. I mean, if anything, look for that one big one. Like last night, Barkley, Eagles Commanders game. First half wasn't getting nothing, chipping away, boom. You get one big hitter and then you're wearing guys down after that.
Yeah, so Kasama takes a snap, rolls right. Defense is there quick, throws it and is picked off. And the player is going to be tackled at the 36. It's going to be high ball. Was that Mills again? I think that was Jalen Mills again.
I think it was.
After the interception, the ball will be spotted at the 36-yard
moving forward, I look for them to get the football away from that side of the field, away from that blind side. Casamo kind of seeing ghosts a little bit right now out there.
Yeah. That's what'll happen when a 6', 210-pound guy who can run is after you all night long.
All night long. Yeah. I mean, that kid is one heck of a football player, buddy, on the defensive side of the football. Does he play on the offensive side?
Listed as a tight end, but
yeah,
I
haven't seen him out there.
They're going 4 wideouts. So Waiha's going to have the ball with great field position on the Decatur 36-yard line. Defense didn't get much of a rest there before they had to come back out. And Roach is going to take the snap. Hands off to the right side. Flag down. That was number 7.
And that's going to be brought back.
James Morton on the run, looked like to me.
Got a hold on the offense.
And they're going to get number 60, Dalton Washington, there on the hold.
Still first down.
So that's going to back them up 10 yards.
We say week in and week out, at every level you can call holding, pretty much on every play. It's just how egregious are you when you're holding your man. If you're yanking and spinning guys around, you're going to get the flag called on you.
So 1st and 15. Roach drops, looks right. He fakes, comes back left, and now he's going to scramble. Alker's after him. Alker's there, as well as Nate Taffley. And that's going to be a 4-yard loss maybe.
Yeah, young quarterback play here is definitely showing itself. Landon Roach, he needs to just throw that football away. Flush yourself from the pocket. Don't get grounding. Throw that football away. Live to see another down. Don't try and do too much. I think both quarterbacks are playing a little bit out of their element. Just slow it down, throw it away, get a new play call. Don't get these big losses or turnovers.
2nd and 18. Screen out here to Thomas on the near side of the field. He's going to cut back, have a nice gain there before he's brought down by Brooks Waters. He's going to be out near the original line of scrimmage, which is
Seahawks fans, it's 3rd down.
Inside that, it's to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, Thomas, an aggressive player. You want to see number 7, Delonte Henry. Now, obviously, he's a secondary player, so there is a difference in size, but you don't want to see him just reaching on that tackle.
So it'll be 3rd and 7, what the scoreboard says.
Roach has nice gain on 2nd down for them there on 2nd and long.
4 wideouts. Thomas goes in motion again. Roach looks that way, pulls it down. He's going to run. He's got room. Manuel shoves him out of bounds, but he's going to be near the 1st down.
It's right at it.
And they're going to mark him over the line of gain. So they say at the 25-yard line he's going to be out of bounds. So that's going to be a 1st down for Y-High.
Max Ursham, offensive coordinator for Y-High, he's doing a really nice job of seeing the looks and not getting into a pattern, where our defense can read it. We've got a little, indecisiveness on the defensive side of the football as well.
Roach takes the snap. He hands off to Thomas up the middle. Thomas going to get a couple yards before he's wrapped up and brought down by several Seahawks there.
Quick little out-of-town scoreboard update. In our 2A, we've got Glenelg up on Walkersville 7-6. Easton and Kent Island are all square at 7 right now in the early going.
Both of those games impact what happens here next week if Decatur wins. I think if Kent Island wins, do they come here? If Easton wins, we get the winner of Walkersville Glenelg. I'm not totally sure on that. If we win this game. There's a handoff to number 7 and Morton. He goes down almost immediately. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
Loss of 1.
Nice job. Plant your heels in the ground, right? Start driving their line back off the football right at the snap. Get in, get a hand up, mix it up for Roach. Young quarterback. He's definitely talented and seems up to the task so far. But, get him, flush him, make him make decisions on the run. I don't think that's quite the strong, that's where Y-High wants to go with Coach McMurdo.
So 4 wideouts, 1 man in the backfield is Morton, I believe. Roach takes a snap, looks to his right immediately, pumps, throws to the right. That ball is going to be knocked away, defended over there by Ethan Bradshaw, and that's going to bring up 4th down and decision time for Y-High now.
Nice job by the Army commit, Ethan Bradshaw. He's all over the field. If you've watched us this year or been out here to watch in person, the Swiss Army knife of Stephen Decatur.
Army in the top 25.
For the field goal.
Had a great year. Navy too, man. That Army-Navy game is going to be must-see TV.
Absolutely. So Okerblum on for a long field goal, and the kick is blocked. Dorn's going to pick it up. He shouldn't have touched it probably. He's going to get tackled.
Yeah, not a wise decision there to pick that football up so deep in your territory. Could have a lot more go wrong than right. You really just want to let that ball be dead and picked up by Y-High.
Which would have given him about 15 more yards up the field, I believe, right?
It would have. I think it's from the original line of scrimmage, if I'm not mistaken.
Which would have been around the 25. Instead, Decatur's going to have the ball at their own 6. So the offense comes out. See what they can put together. It's been hit or miss tonight so far. Is that a little Knight Rider theme right there? I think that was Knight Rider, man. with Kit. And we got a flag already.
Yeah, so just got a text. That blocked field goal attempt would have been at the original line of scrimmage, but picked up by our own player. And if we start from that spot.
Foul on the defense, number 58. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
I don't know what that was, but number 58, Lamont Duggins, with a personal foul, is going to move the ball ahead 15 yards, so we are going to be out near the 25. We'll be at the 22.
Ball will be spotted at the 22-yard line now.
I'm glad all our listeners know the rules and we don't.
Yes. Oh, we rely on you. You know what I mean? It's a community. It's an open forum.
It is.
You know, just keep it clean.
Yeah. And we thank all our watchers tonight. Just got the update from Dave Dotson. It's 14-7 Easton over Kent Island now. 8:06 left in the second quarter there. Here it's 7-7 with 5:23 left in the second quarter. And there's a little jet sweep to the right with David Chandler, who's got plenty of space. He's going down the right side. He's got one man to beat. He's got a blocker out there. It's Zebank. He cuts it back. David Chandler to the house. Gone. I don't see any flags. Decatur in the lead.
Give it to your studs. Give it to your studs and let them go to work. And if you don't know who David Chandler is by now, folks who are watching, you certainly must be impressed, because David Chandler is going to be doing a lot of that on Saturdays moving forward on your television, and it won't be YouTube.
Absolutely. Several touchdowns for him pretty much in every way imaginable this year. Receiving, running, interception returns, punt returns. He scored on each of those. So 13-7. Blake Wallace on for the extra point. High snap, and that's going to be blocked, and we need to recover that. Yeah, that dude just blocked it and ran right past it. Should have picked it up and returned it. Somebody right in. I think he could have been 2 points, right? Would have been 2 points for Y-High?
Yeah, it would have. Now here's Day-Day. Obviously, no chance at getting him. And then we got a guy falling down again trying to get him, and it's off to the races. A little bit of a try and sell there of a block in the back, but he was not touched. And we're back in the lead.
We are. So 13-7. That's the first missed extra point all year long for Decatur. Actually, it's not. It's the second. Our third string kicker missed one against North Carolina the first time they played a few weeks back. But that's Blake Wallace's first missed extra point. High snap, kick is blocked. Couldn't see the number. It looked like number 3, but we don't have a number 3 on our roster, so on our Y-High football roster, so it must not have been. But regardless, 13-7, 5:05 left here.
He'll kick it away.
After the 78-yard jet sweep to David Chandler.
Left in the first half.
Blake Wallace will be kicking off. Back deep for Y-High. Looks like number 7, Morton, and I can't see who's on the other side of the field.
All right. Need a quick 3 and out here and really keep this momentum on our side, Mike.
Yeah, this one's going to be back into the end zone for a touchback.
Blake Wallace.
Big
kick there from Wallace.
Nice leg there from Wallace. No chance of return. We've got a little bit of extracurricular going on.
It'll be 1st and 10.
Obviously, in a big chippy game, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on that. Y-High offense coming back on the field. Done a decent job moving the ball tonight. Big pass play earlier to Sadberry before Kevin Thomas took it in with a nice run to tie the game. Momentum was on their side for a moment. We'll see if they can keep it up, though. This Decatur defense, like we said, top 10 in the state at all levels, at 6.6 points per game. They've already given up more than that tonight. Roach with a screen to the left. He's going to be hit and separated from the ball. Schultz picks it up, but that is going to be called incomplete. Big hit by Amarion Manuel, who saw that one coming
with the hit.
and blew Morton up.
It'll be 2nd and 10.
Big time play by the senior there. And we said all year he's biding his time. And when come playoff time, said number 5 is going to be seen. Here's the replay
Watch
of
this
that.
acceleration. Oh, my gosh. Man.
Just driving through the football there.
He saw it coming, and I saw him coming. Unfortunately, the receiver didn't and got separated. So it's 2nd down and 10. Roach with the snap, the handoff to Morton off the right side. He's got some space over there. He's going to get a 1st down and a couple more out across the 30-yard line. So that's a nice way to come back for Morton.
Getting like a little bit of hesitation from number 11, linebacker Peyton Travers, too. He's just not quite seeing where they're going with the football and very indecisive in there. Usually he's right there at the line of scrimmage to meet the ball carrier and just floating in space there on that carry.
We got another flag down.
After the play, a personal foul, unsportsmanlike, number 56 on the defense, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
So Garrett Maloney with personal foul. It must be some stuff being said because I haven't seen anything happen. So I'm guessing that it's words being said between these guys in the trenches.
Yeah.
That's causing
the
this.
Penalties assessed.
So
Ball
15
be
yards
spotted
ahead.
at the 48-yard line.
And now Waihi's all the way out to their own 48-yard line where it's 1st and 10. 4:50 to go left in the 2nd quarter. Trips to the left here. Roach takes the snap, hands it off to Morton to the right side. He's going to get maybe 2, and that's about it. And I wonder if something hasn't happened to Kevin Thomas if he's not dealing with an injury. We haven't seen him. He's running hard.
On the carry.
Yeah, he's
and having some success.
And he's not really been a factor in the last 2 possessions at all.
I think he just came back on the field, though. Maybe they're just rotating. Morton goes back off. Looks like Thomas is back. So 2nd and 8.
It's like Day-Day's now up at the line of scrimmage playing man Bradshaw at safety.
And we're going to have a false start.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Bit of a sloppy game. A lot of penalties.
Yeah. Took us a while last week to kind of get rid of that, too. I think there's just
2nd and 13.
Guys are coming out of their skin a little bit and coming out of their rhythm and just a little too antsy on both sides of the football, especially at the line of scrimmage.
So Roach takes a snap, hands off. Thomas is going to get maybe 1.
Play it. Seahawks fans, it's 3rd.
And that's going to be a 3rd down and about 11, maybe 12.
I would imagine if they can get some chunk yardage here, it's 4-down territory. They may punt a deep, close game, you know what I mean, make us go the distance again, but be interested to see what the play call is here on 3rd and 12.
Yeah. So again, they rotate, and Chandler comes up to the line. Bradshaw drops back deep. Roach is going to roll to his left. He's looking to throw that way, throws long. It overshoots his receiver, and that's going to bring up 4th down. He was throwing out there for Taven and Outlaw. It was well over his head. And it'll be 4th down. Looks like they're going to punt. Okerblum's coming out.
Kick it away.
Day-Day's going back
Chandler
deep.
stands deep.
I'm sure they will not kick it to him.
Yeah, I would imagine they're going to try and go directional here if possible. Wasn't a very clean snap on the first punt from the Indians.
It was looping. We'll see if Decatur comes after it. And same thing. And they do come after it, but Okerblum gets it away. It's shanked, and it's going to go out of bounds. No, it's going to come to a rest at the 39-yard line at Decatur where they'll have the ball. So it's 13-7, 3:11 left in the 2nd quarter. We'll be back in a minute.
Seahawks with 3:11 left in the 2nd quarter.
All right, so Blake Casamo comes back out, 13-7. Poor Dave Dotson. You know, Dave, just a wealth of knowledge, compiled about 20 pages worth of stuff tonight for us to talk about. We haven't had time to talk about any of it.
I haven't read 20 pages.
Quick snap. The shield on the screen takes it on the left side. He's going to be out near first down, out near the 50-yard line.
On the carry.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff he threw together. We haven't had time to talk about any of it.
I'm telling you, I'm going to read it later after the game. Probably not. Sorry, Dave.
Sorry, Dave.
Just in the folder.
We'll read our sponsors in a bit, and we'll read some of the places that are showing this game live in the.
On the offense, number 8, 10-yard penalty. Hill first down.
So there you go, holding penalty. That's going to bring that back.
After the penalties assessed.
Somebody in the stands is offering some great advice.
Somebody with their opinion. Just stop doing it.
Just quit holding.
Just stop doing it.
It's that easy.
You know, he took the words right out of my mouth.
Right.
But I wasn't going to say it. And then Mike picked it up.
I bet Jake's saying something like that too.
Oh, yeah. Coach Croto's been saying
there's
something.
A snap. The give to Manuel. He's not going to get much. He's still going. He's only going to get about 3 or 4 yards. It's going to bring up second down and about 12. So some businesses that were showing the game last week around here. Pizza Two Goes in West Ocean City. The Sterling Tavern. Shaka Bar and Grill. Green Turtle West OC. And Chris Balshia, I'm not sure I said that right, of Quarterback Factory. All were streaming this game, or last week's game, live at their business. So well, hopefully they're watching tonight. If they are, shout out to you guys. Hope you're enjoying it.
That food would be really good right now.
Yes, it would. Casamo throws, and that is behind Ethan Bradshaw.
Ball, pass intended for Bradshaw.
And that just not quite connecting.
It's going to be
I don't know if the ball's coming out too quick. You know, it's like either coming out way too quick or just holding it way too long. Yeah, Ethan was running a go route there. He threw that on like a comeback hitch. So,
and it's, you know, Casamo's gotten a lot of playing time this year, but not necessarily with the starters. You know, he's been second half a lot of the time when the starters have been out of the game. So sometimes, you know, the timing's a little off. But anyway, it's third down and 11 now. Man in motion is Chandler. Another jet sweep to him to the right. Not going to be as successful this time. He's swallowed up in the backfield. Cuts back left, though, and he's coming back the other way. Play's still alive. He is across the 50, inside the 40. I don't see any flags down. So he does it again.
He's the guy in these moments that needs the football. Got to keep feeding him.
I think you're right.
Yeah, he's built for the moment, and he knows, and you can tell by the way he's playing, that it's time to get guys back on track.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout, Y high. With 2:04 left, Decatur's on the move inside the 40 now. 13-7 they lead. We'll be right back. So as we come back in, a couple shout outs we need to make. One to Coach Dan Stearman, having knee surgery. Did he have knee surgery, or he's going to? He had it today, and he's watching today. We hope that went well for Coach Stearman. Golf coach, right?
Yeah, hey, Coach Stearman, I do got to give you one little quick blip. Sorry about your Commanders last night against my Eagles.
Oh,
didn't see you in school today.
You have to throw that in there.
Thought he took off just because of the pain of that loss last night.
Ouch. Double pain.
Double
knee surgery
pain.
and the Commanders, almost called them the Skins. And shout out to Miss Bowen from Guidance, Miss Danae Bowen, who's traveling watching the game tonight. Hand off to DeShields up the middle. He's going to get maybe two.
Carry.
Not much running room for DeShields.
Not so far.
Up the gut. so far, but you just stick with it, you know, and he'll break one loose sooner or later.
So another score update. Kent Island has tied it up at Easton. It's 14-14 with 2:25 left in the second there. Here we're inside of 1:40 now. Decatur moving the ball, taking their time though. Kasama takes a snap, looks left, throws. Got Davin, who's going to cut it upfield and get near the first down before he goes out of bounds.
On the receiving end.
Absolutely.
For another
truck, tractor trailer trucks the first would-be tackler. Gains about 2.5, 3 more yards.
We're going to see that on the highlight here.
I mean, lower the shoulder.
Looks like they're going to put it in Day-Day's hands.
I think that's where I'd go.
Yeah, I agree. So 1st and 10. Snap to Kasama, rolls right. Look to throw. He's got Tribe Wise on the sideline, but Tribe is out of bounds. That's going to be incomplete.
Pass intended.
Second down.
So first look at Tribe Wise.
Reception out of bounds.
6'5" Georgetown football commit. And I know we got to give a shout. Today is day one of winter sports in Maryland.
Absolutely.
And you'll be seeing Tribe out there on the hardwood.
Yes, sir.
Doing his thing as well.
A lot of dunks from that guy. And this is that area where they like to throw it up and let him go get it. It looks there is a safety out on this side. I don't know. It looks like man coverage over here, so they may do that. They're going to screen it to DeShield real quick. He's going to get some blockers out in front, cut it back, and he's going to be down near the 20-yard line.
On the reception.
Before he's brought down.
A gain of 7. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Seahawks with 1:10 left.
He's going to be at the 21-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 4, I think. And it's going to be a timeout, Decatur.
Stephen Decatur.
Anything else we want to get in here? Shout-outs or stats?
We'll roll through all of our wonderful sponsors, at halftime. But, I mean, I will say, and I don't halfway blame them if you're sitting in front of a pellet stove like my wonderful wife is at home.
Oh, yeah.
And watching us. We certainly appreciate that. But, these next couple weeks, if we can get through tonight, you're talking about high-level intensity for playoff football. So if the weather's good, not that we don't like you all listening to us, try and get out here if you can. And if you haven't seen this football team and the program, with the whole production that's going on out here, it's definitely a wonderful atmosphere, especially for the kids. And, it's good, healthy, competitive stuff.
It's what Friday Night Lights should be. So 3rd and 4, 1:10 left. Kasamo with 4 wideouts at the Shields in the backfield. Takes a snap. He's looking left. He's going to throw. It's Davin who's going to be dropped for no gain. And that's going to bring up 4th and 4. And then
on the reception,
a little bit of a dilemma here.
It'll be 4th down.
Do you kick it and go up by 9? Or are you going to go for it? And it looks like Kasamo's going off. Tapley's coming on.
Okay, so.
But they're not kicking a field goal. It looks like they're going to go for it with Tapley under center. And Tapley was a quarterback.
He was. He's done it before, man.
He was here and was going to be the next guy after Bryson, I think, and then he transferred away to another school, played quarterback there, came back here.
That's that last time out of the half.
And ended up on the defensive line. And that look, I guess, High was not willing to see what was going to come from that. So they take a timeout with 30 seconds left in the second quarter. So I think it's smart. They're going to discuss what they just saw. I don't know. It's something I haven't seen from Decatur this year. We've seen Tapley on short yardage situations under center, but or in the shotgun, not under center. But here we are, 4th and 4 from the 21. He came out.
There's no doubt in my mind if we can get our man off the football, he can. I mean, they certainly, if he falls down, he's 3.5 yards.
True, that's true.
With a full head of steam moving forward.
That's very true. Blake Wallace over here kicking into the net, warming up. Not sure. He's not walking toward the field now, though, and Tapley is going back out. So High calls timeout there, down to 1 timeout left. Decatur 1 timeout as well. with 30 seconds left.
All right, let's see what they got here from Coach Croto.
Yeah. You know he's a wizard, man.
A little ingenuity, buddy.
They do some crazy stuff. So we'll see. DeShields in the backfield with Tapley. Nate takes a snap. He's going to drop and throw. He rolls to his right, throws into the end zone. Tribe goes up to get it, but it is knocked away. Morton in the coverage. And behind the play in the end zone, Bradshaw is slow getting up.
Pass intended for Tribe Wise.
Don't think they wanted Tapley rolling out there. Definitely flushed a little too soon. Wise was up at the point of the nose of the football there, but went right through his hands.
And all eyes are on Bradshaw now in the back of the end zone. So, yeah, they like to throw it up and let him go get it. This time he couldn't come down with it. Morton on the coverage. Morton is 5'9", 146 by our listing, and Tribe is 6'4", 6'5". But this time it didn't happen for him. Bradshaw's down. Update from the Easton game, 21-14. Easton leads now with 1:17 left in the second quarter, but thoughts are with Ethan Bradshaw in the back of the end zone. Hasn't gotten up yet. So we'll take a quick break. 20 seconds left. It'll be Y-High ball at the 21, their own 21-yard line. We'll be back. All right, so Ethan Bradshaw got up. They were helping him off the field. Then he started walking on his own, and now he jogged back to the sideline on his own. It looks like he's going to be okay. A little lower leg injury, maybe a twisted ankle or something. I'm not sure, but Y-High's going to have the ball at their own 20. Looks like they're just going to take a knee and go in
at the 21-yard line.
At the halftime, down 6, and that's what they do. Right there, the snap, Roach takes a knee, and that's going to be that for the first half. So 13-7, we got a ball game here as the clock runs out on the first half. Enjoy the halftime show from the band under the direction of Mr. Jimmy Middleton. We'll be back second half. Buckle up, folks. We got a game.
Just 3 scores. Decatur got on the board with 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Nate Tapley went in, and then Blake Wallace converted the extra point. And then Thomas went in for Y-High at the end of the first quarter. And Oker Bloom converted the extra point to put us at 7-7. And David Chandler went in to put us where we stand right now, 13-7. As the band comes out to the field, check out the out-of-town scoreboard. And don't forget, visit the concession stand, apparel booth, and hang tight. The Stephen Decatur High School Marching Seahawks will be taking the field for their halftime performance. Don't forget to catch them in all the local Christmas parades. Cheer them on as they come by you. They'll appreciate it. Hang tight, and they will get started momentarily.
Can you put 14 minutes on the clock, please?
Seahawks fans, please welcome to the field your Stephen Decatur High School Marching Seahawks. This evening, the Marching Seahawks will be performing music from the movies. The band will begin their show with a mashup of music from Oppenheimer and Barbie, and will continue with their rendition of Test Drive from the hit movie How to Train Your Dragon, now featuring new field formations under the field direction of drum major Ted Donahue. Please enjoy the music from the movies. Lights, camera, action.
2 catches for 79 yards. Most of them came on the one play in the first quarter. Scoring, Decatur went up near the end of the first quarter, I believe it was. Nate Tapley on the short touchdown run. Y-High comes right back to that long pass to Sadberry. And then Kevin Thomas took it in for the score to make it 7-7. And then Decatur comes back, Chandler with the 78-yard end around, jet sweep, whatever you want to call it, to the house for the touchdown. And that's where we are. The extra point was blocked after a high snap, so it's 13-7. What you think, Mr. Curtis? Mr. Curtis.
Curtis.
I'm not gonna say why I said that.
Oh, I know.
Mr. Riley.
Yeah, you're going with my hidden alias.
I wasn't gonna put it out there.
Yeah,
it totally just slipped out.
Oh, everybody loves just cracking on that, but you know how we roll with that. I think you can show a low-scoring game. Believe it or not, as good as our offense has played all year, this is a long-standing football rivalry.
Yeah.
So you really, if you're pound for pound and man for man, just as talented, and certainly Y-High is not quite as talented with the playmakers as we are per se, but 2 young quarterbacks, who one 10th grader coming into his own, and one with Blake Casamo, who really has, like you said, to reiterate it, not played with the first team offense a whole lot. I think that plays a major factor in balancing, these types of playoff games out. You know what I mean? So, and I think we've had a lot of uncharacteristic penalties in the last 2 games as well to start the playoff.
A lot of penalties here. We unfortunately don't have those stats, but bunch of penalties on both sides today. Last time these two teams met in a playoff game was 2021. Decatur won 30-27. One of the best football games, high school football games I ever saw. Brogan Eastlack with a field goal with under 10 seconds left to win it over in Salisbury. So, like you say, history between these 2 teams, 2 of the top programs in the Bayside. Y-High had a couple down years now. Looks like they're on their way back. Decatur, of course, defending state champ, 24 wins in a row. They'll be kicking off. Y-High will have the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. Trailing 13-7, but very much in this game.
Yeah. So right now, Coach McMurdo's decision, let's call him McCardo. Coach McMurdo's decision to defer on the opening kick, looking really, really, really smart right now.
Yeah.
Really smart. So we see what they do with their opening drive of the half.
When we hit the mute button, we always make fun of people for deferring. But today, it worked out. So Wallace with the kick. That's going to sail deep and into the end zone. So Y-High is going to have it at their own 20-yard line to start.
That's 2 good touchbacks from Blake. Looks like his leg strength is back up from that injury. I would have, maybe you and I discussed it, let him try a field goal there at the end of the first half.
Yeah, to me that would have put him up 9.
That's in his range.
Yeah, I think so. He's already hit a 35-yarder this year. Would have put him up by 9, which would have put them out of reach of Y-High. Now Y-High scores, gets the extra point. Of course, we're trailing by 1. But as we were saying, neither one of us has won a state championship. Neither one of us is going to win a state championship.
We just talk about it. That's all we do.
So hand off to Thomas here. He got a lot of the carries first half. Doesn't get much here at all. Met by a whole bunch of Decatur Seahawks. Looks like Maloney was in there. Tapley, I'm sure, was in there.
A gain of 2.
Ethan Bradshaw is out on the field, so it looks like he's okay after suffering what looked like a lower leg injury in the back of the end zone near the end of the first half. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 here. Y-High in that spread formation for the shotgun as they've been all night. And that's going to be Thomas over the right side. He's going to be knocked out of bounds, a couple yards short. Yeah.
He's a heck of a runner. He runs with authority.
With a purpose.
He really does. He really does. His shoulders are square, and he's looking for contact.
Yeah, he impressed me the first game for sure. 6 foot 180, 11th grader is Thomas. So 3rd down and short here. 3rd down and 1 is what the scoreboard's saying.
I look for another Thomas carry here.
And you called it. He's up the middle, and it looks like he is going to get the first down there. Across the 30-yard line to about the 31.
Tell you, there's bodies flying around all over the place at the end of these kids are playing extremely hard right now. Ears are pinned back, both sides of the football.
It's for keeps. And, you know, when you're the top dog like Decatur and you let a team hang around like this, you know, it's a one-score game after halftime. They're coming for you. High's been hype all night. So there's a snap, quick screen, and it's going to be broken. Now it's going to be caught, but Amarion Manuel again with a big hit and a takedown there.
Our athletes are just too good for east-west pass plays, Mike.
I would agree.
You know, east-west pass plays are just not going to go anywhere with the type of athletes we have on the outside.
Ball spotted at the 28-yard line.
Tavenon Outlaw was on the catch for Y-High. That brings up 2nd down and 14, loss of 4 there. Manuel's had a big night on the defensive side of the ball.
All right, they're going to need to get some chunk yardage here.
There's a snap. Roach is going to throw, pulls it down, though, and he's going to get about 4 yards before he's met by a whole host of black jerseys. Manuel in there, Schultz in there, Alker in there. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, back to the original line.
Thomas in the backfield again. 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field. 1 to the near. Snap to Roach. He's looking to the left side. He's got pressure. That's going to be knocked away, almost intercepted. It looked like Alker might have tipped that at the line. And then Delonte Henry almost came up with the interception. But it's going to be 4th down and 10, and Y-High's going to have to punt.
Yeah, there's Sully Alker, you know, being Mr. Disruptive that we've been looking for all night. You know, we didn't say his name one time in the first half, and it's pretty surprising. Here's the play if you take a look at it. Oh, yeah, he did get a hand on that football.
Was it him or was it Schultz? I think it might have been Schultz.
I don't know. Maybe it was. Another intense, large human being.
Yes, exactly. So the punt coming for Y-High. David Chandler's back deep. They have not been kicking him all night. And that one is nearly blocked. But Okerblom gets it away. And that's going to roll all the way down to the Decatur 35. So Decatur will have the ball there.
Down at the 35-yard line.
And Kasama will come out for the second half, it looks like. Not bad, not terrible numbers, 9 of 14. Did throw the bad pick, right? He
yeah,
a little screen pass, but
yeah, and a lateral when he was being sacked that we luckily, recovered and stuff like that. So, I look for a much more consistent in terms of decision making second half for Blake.
Yeah. Chandler in motion. It's going to be DeShields on the handoff, and he's only getting a couple yards. Not much there for him. Brought down by, can't see who that is, number 28. All right, that is Josh Holland.
It's going to be 2nd and 7 for the
So that's 7 carries so far for VD3, Vernon DeShields, for only about 12 yards.
He hasn't been able to get loose much in into the second level of Y-High tonight so far. And Jalen Mills has been everywhere. I didn't read defensive stats. I'm not sure we even have them, but if we did, it would be Jalen Mills all over the place. Kasamo to throw. He's looking long. He's got Tribe Wise deep, and it's dropped by Wise. Wise had his man beat. Goes through his hands.
Even on that long go, just the timing just was a little bit off. Wise was streaking. Blake had to avoid pressure, and he pump faked one time and then got rid of the football, and it just wasn't in sync from the start.
Yeah.
Still a catchable ball, though, that's for sure.
So 3rd down, 7. Decatur coming with 4 wideouts. DeShields goes in motion to his left. Casamo drops the throw. He's going to hit DeShields on the screen. It has been effective tonight. DeShields running towards the sideline and comes close. He's going to be marked about a yard short of the first down there. Maybe 2 yards short of the first down there.
I don't know. That's a questionable spot. I thought
it's 4th and 1.
I thought maybe he had extended past the line to gain.
Yeah. Difficult to tell from our side of the field. But Tapley's going to come on the punt, and you always got to watch. You never know what Decatur will do on special teams here. 2 guys back for Y-High. It's 4th and 1, a long one from their own 44. So there's the snap to Tapley. He kicks it. And not a great punt, and that takes a great Y-High bounce. I think it's out of bounds over there around the 35-yard line.
After the
so nice job. I mean, trading good defensive possessions for both teams to start the second half. So looks like nobody's willing to budge right now on either side of the football.
Not so far. So Y-High comes out. You know, I said earlier in the game, I thought Y-High played us tougher this year than anybody I saw except for maybe Randallstown.
Yeah.
Randallstown hasn't lost either since they lost to us in week 2. And they won their second round playoff game last night. So they're moving on. So good year for them. Team we beat 40-20 in week 2. But Y-High was tough, and they played tough tonight. Roach throw, he's looking left and throws over the middle to Thomas, who's going to break away. Brooks Waters chases him down from behind. Otherwise, he'd have been gone, and now Brooks Waters is shaken up down around the 29-yard line.
It's a nice play call there by Coach Ash Ursham for Y-High. Getting that ball out and getting it into their best players' hands. By and large, Kevin Thomas has just had a phenomenal game on the offensive side of the football for Y-High tonight.
Yeah, I like the play design there. You know, several times Roach has looked left, and this time he comes back and looks across the middle to the guy out of the backfield who was unaccounted for, and a big gain. But Brooks Waters is down, so we'll step away for just a second. Y-High on the move, 13-7, 7:31 left in the third quarter. So Brooks is walking off the field in his own power. Looks like he's going to be okay. Shout out to Pickles Pub. Got the game on tonight over in Ocean City. My man Johnny Liberto and Styler watching on YouTube tonight as well. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for the support. We appreciate it. We need to get that juju going, the Decatur juju here.
Yeah. Tell you what, man. Sweaty palms time here.
It is that.
In Berlin.
So inside the 30 now, Y-High's moving. Roach takes a snap, hands off, up the middle. Not a whole lot there for Thomas, maybe 3. Four wideouts for Y-High. Thomas in the backfield. He goes in motion. Snap to Roach. He's looking left. He throws. He's got his man. Caught. Looks like Sadberry who cuts back. And Y-High is going to be inside, maybe down to the 10-yard line.
All right. Calls to escape man coverage here. Looks like the slant has really been a factor tonight. Middle linebackers just not getting home.
And that was Taven and Outlaw, not Sadberry.
Really need Travers to see this play develop early.
Hand off to Thomas, and again, he's not going anywhere.
Thomas.
And we got a Y high man slow getting up.
On the carry.
And looks like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, Coach Mercado and company just attacking us in the middle of the field. Between the hashes all night long, that's where we're struggling the most.
And they got a size advantage in there, I would say, in the middle.
They do. They do. Yep. Center and both guards are definitely bigger than our tackles on the opposite side.
So 2nd and goal. Hand off to Thomas again.
Bottled up.
He's going to get bottled up as well. Maybe gets
Thomas
a couple.
on the carry.
It's going to bring up 3rd and goal.
A gain of a few. Seahawks fans, it's 3rd.
Really curious to see if we can get to 4th down here, what the decision will be. You know, a nothing to lose approach. Do you go for it on the road? You know, do you try a field goal attempt? You know, I think they're going to end up trying to go for it if they don't get in here.
I think so too. Glad I don't have to make those decisions.
Keep that noise going, Seahawks fans.
Roach takes a snap. He's going to roll to his left. He's looking towards the end zone, throws it up, and that's going to fall incomplete. Or wait, is it caught?
No, it was caught.
It's caught. Is that Outlaw?
Yes.
Outlaw with the catch in the end zone for the touchdown to tie it up for Y High.
For the Y High Indians.
Point after attempt pending. Looks like tons of confusion there, still in man coverage.
And if this extra point is good, it'll be the first time all year Decatur's trailed in a football game.
Landon Roach, 10th grader, just hits his man on the money and did not look like, I don't know who was in coverage there. Did not see the football whatsoever. Head did not turn around whatsoever.
Snap is high, kick is up though, and it's good. And it's 14-13 Y High.
The ball's good.
Key drive here coming up, Mr. Hughes.
Yes, sir.
First drive of the entire year as Stephen Decatur has trailed in a football game.
Yep.
First drive of the entire season.
So what are you going to do? What do they have up their sleeve?
Yep. Going to have to get creative. I mean, Y High has come in here with the penultimate game plan and has taken the Stephen Decatur Seahawks out of their game plan on both sides of the football so far.
So Chandler Baker will go back to receive. All the momentum on the far sideline right now. Johnny Hobgood, the Decatur starter all year long, out tonight with a bruise on his lower leg. Took a knee to the calf last week. Kasamo On's going to have to lead him. Short kick hits the ground right behind the first line of Decatur Hawks, and it's recovered.
All right.
Decatur will have the ball at about their own 40-yard line.
Okay. So here you go.
Yeah.
All right. All the tweets that you had all season long. You know, guys going here, there, and everywhere. Now you got to see late in the third quarter who is going to step up, who's going to be your guy, right? And I look for a lot of Vernon DeShields and a lot of Day-Day.
Yeah.
On these next couple possessions.
Day-Day in the slot on the far side of the field. Tapley in at tight end right now. So quick handoff to oh, it's a fake, and it's over the middle to David Chandler, who's going to go all the way for the touchdown.
Takes it to the house.
Well, there's your quick answer, ladies and gentlemen. David Chandler. You're watching him under the Friday night lights. You're going to be watching him on Saturdays real soon. And no doubt about it, that is who you have to go to with the football, Mike.
100%. Yeah, the fake handle, I thought it was a give to DeShield, but Kasamo pulls it back, hits Day-Day on the slant over the middle. Now, 60 yards later, he's in the end zone, and now Decatur will go for two to try and go up 21-14.
Perfect play call and execution from Coach Croto and company. Nice job by Kasamo. Way to pull. That was an excellent RPO pullback and just hit Day-Day right on the number 0.
Kasamo's going to throw over the middle, and that's going to go incomplete. So 19-14 with 5 minutes exactly left in the third quarter.
With 5 minutes left.
Got a good one
in the
here,
third quarter,
folks.
the Seahawks lead
Don't leave us.
19
We'll be right back. All right, coming back in 19-14. David Chandler, his name is all over the stat book tonight. Put this team on his back, willing them to the lead now, 19-14. 2 touchdowns for him.
Absolutely been the David Chandler football game, buddy.
Whole lot, 1 rushing, 1 receiving. So Blake Wallace will kick off. He's put 2 in the end zone tonight for touchbacks. This one's a bit shorter. Is going to be returned. And going to be brought down by Ethan Bradshaw at about the 22-yard line where Y-High will start their own 22. So Roach coming out. He's 8 of 14 for 142 yards and a touchdown tonight. Good night for him. But a lot of those yards come on 2 big pass plays.
Sophomore number 57, Robert Bowen, checking in at D-tackle right now.
Okay.
So shuffling the deck a little bit. I mean, Coach Croto and Coach Coleman are not going to play around here. If they see a matchup they like, they're going with it.
So he checks in for Decatur. Brooks Waters is back on the field, so he's okay. Y-High with 4 wideouts. Looks like Morton in the backfield. Roach is going to take the snap and run with it, and is not going very far. Maybe 1, maybe 2 yards. Not sure if there was confusion there, if that was a planned run for him.
But design keep or not. I think he just maybe felt some pressure and tucked, really had nowhere to go.
Yeah. So 2nd down and 8 now. Here the cowbells ringing. Roach takes the snap, hands off. Morton to the right, and he's going to get maybe 3 before he goes out of bounds. That'll bring up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
3rd.
All the way across the board, even through the stat line.
Great game so far. Looking forward to seeing what we got left here with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. 3rd and 4. Stacked defensive line here for Decatur. The handoff to the right side goes the running back. Looks like it's Morton. He's going to get the 1st down just across the line.
Yeah, nice job by Morton there. I mean, running off that right side.
Spotted at the
and moving the chains. I mean, staying within their cells, staying within the game plan.
Looked like Decatur had 5 guys on the defensive line there.
They did.
Trying to stop Thomas, but Thomas is not in the game right now. It's Morton in the backfield. Thomas getting a blow.
And giving quality carries this possession.
Kind of like thunder and lightning. I mean, Morton is shifty. Thomas is a bull. He's just looking to hit people almost. So 1st and 10. Roach takes a snap. He looks right, comes back left, throws long, looking for number 5, Taven and Outlaw. It's going to fall incomplete. Delonte Henry on the coverage. Outlaw wants a flag. There is none.
Henry on the coverage. Pass falls
incomplete. Yeah, 2 guys battling back and forth there. Don't feel like there was a PI necessary.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Good game. This would have been, Dave Dotson, I don't know what you call Dave. He's the czar of this whole operation.
That's a great word.
He gets so mad at me because I send texts about how it's almost been boring. Not tonight.
Not tonight.
Thomas here, brought down by Schultz. And number 58, Seamus Orth in there. And that's going to be 3rd and long. But, yeah, Dave gets on me all the time about those texts.
He does. He does. Yeah.
So tonight we got something here.
Yeah. Got to win these football games, man. These close matchups and stuff. 2 teams familiar with each other. It's hard to beat good teams 2 times that you played each other so recent.
Absolutely. And like we said, Y-High winners of 5 of their last 7, including last week 34-21 over Queen Anne's in round 1 of the playoffs. Roach rolls to his left. He throws long. That's going to be over Outlaw's head, and that's going to bring up 4th down and long from their own 30.
For Stephen Decatur.
Absolutely. And, there's a lot of football left, but if they score a touchdown on this drive, Y-High is going to be in a little bit of panic mode, I think. So Okerblum on the kick, snap. He gets it away, a low kick that's going to take a Y-High bounce all the way down to the Decatur 36.5-yard line. So that's where they'll take over. 19-14. The clock is, there we go. The clock was still running for some reason. 2:25 left. We'll be right back. All right, coming back in. Casamo's back out. 2:25 left in the 3rd quarter.
Is that Guns N' Roses from?
That was Guns N' Roses.
Step Brothers when they were driving to dinner.
Handoff to DeShield around the left side. He's got some space finally for the first time. And Decatur's kind of made a change here. They've gone from the 4 wide out set. They're putting Tapley in the game now at tight end. And it looks like they're running behind him. And this time, Outlaw goes for about 7 yards.
Yeah, it looked like Y-High came out in the second half and kind of loaded up the box a little bit. Knowing we're keeping things a little more conservative, right? So you get Tapley in there, let him help with both pass and run protection. Because he's just a house.
Yeah, they should tell him find number 9 and block him. And handoff to the Shields up the middle. He's going to be very close, and he did get a first down.
First down.
So this was such a, we get to see the game notes every once in a while, and our coaches thought maybe we could wear down their defensive front with inside runs over the course of the game. And
yeah, well, you're starting to see it a little bit now.
That's what it looks like.
Starting to get a little more, there's some holes getting created and stuff like that, getting those gaps opened up. Just stick with it.
Kasamo takes a snap, quick throw. He's got Zebake over there for a gain of about 7 into Y-High territory to the 45.
Yeah, that was a really good-looking passing rhythm there by Kasamo. Just 2 steps, finds his man on the first read, and gets the ball out quick. That was a bullet there to Zachary Baker.
Way more decisive than he looked in the beginning of the game, for sure. And you know how it is as an athlete, man. The nerves, it's a big game, man. It takes a while to kind of get in the flow of it. Maybe he's doing that now. Handoff to DeShield, who cuts back nicely. He's got another first down to about the 41-yard line of Y-High.
Very methodical here. Very methodical, clock-eating drive. 1 minute and about 12 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Decatur needed a game like this where it's close. There's a little bit of pressure. You need to do it a different way than you've normally done it. They're throwing the ball all around the field. But tonight, they're going to need to grind it out a little bit.
And you can hear in the outside mic up here on the press box, the wind is picking up.
Yeah. And DeShields carries some guys. He got hit maybe a yard into that run and just carried guys about 5 yards with him.
Yeah, he is a bell cow, no doubt about it. Lightning fast feet, and willingly shouldering the load, the running back position for Decatur this year.
So 2nd and 4, clock winding down towards the end of the third quarter, under 30 seconds left. Casamo takes a snap, gives to the Shield, to the left side, cuts back. He's going to have another first down. Inside the Y-high 30. You know, last week, 5 carries, 136 yards or 131 yards?
on the carry.
Stat sheet's not going to look like that this week, but right now he's putting in work.
I mean, really important carries tonight. Really important carries.
And that's going to – oh, it looks like we got a timeout.
Yeah,
no, the clock's going to run down. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. Decatur driving. They're leading 19-14, folks. Don't leave us. Over 700 people watching tonight. We thank you for joining us on SCHS Sports. We'll be right back.
That's the end of the third quarter. Seahawks lead 19-14 with 1 quarter of play left.
All right, coming back here to start of the fourth quarter, Decatur moving. Amari Emanuel now in the backfield with Casamo at the Y-high 30-yard line. We got an out-of-town scoreboard. Huntingtown over Gwynn Park, 14-0 right now. Huntingtown, of course, team Decatur beat in the state championship game last year and lost to a few years before that in the quarterfinals. So. Fake end around and the handoff to Amari Emanuel is going to go ahead all the way down near the 20-yard line. Yeah, Y-high players flying everywhere.
Boy, big Seamus Orth, man. Just imposing his will out there on that run play.
Easton and Kent Island, 21-14 still at Easton near the end of the third quarter, but Kent Island is about to score. There goes David Chandler in motion. Little touch pass to him around the right side. This time he's not getting anywhere. And that's going to bring up third down and short.
Yeah, that play was kind of busted from the beginning there. Nice job by Y-high seeing Chandler with the football going to their sideline.
Yeah, well, he's gone to the well a few times there. You know, that's the third time at least we've run that.
Yeah, they're on, and there's red alert when number 0's got the ball in his hands right now.
So third down and short, third and manageable, as you say. And another, you know, if we don't make it here, it's another interesting call. We're going to kick that field goal, put us up 2 scores, and we shall see. Snap. Fake handoff, pulls it back, throws over the middle. It's incomplete, intended for Chandler, and that's going to bring up fourth down. And Kasama doesn't look like he's coming off the field.
And went for the slant there to Day over the middle. Just a little bit off with timing. I don't think it was deflected.
I don't think so either. It looked like you're just a little too far out in front of him. So Kasama's going to come off. And Tapley's going to be the quarterback. Brett Schultz comes in at tight end. Amari Emanuel still in the backfield. Baker and Chandler to the left side, Tribe-wise to the right. It's 4th and 3 maybe. A long 3. Tapley takes the snap. He runs around the right side. He's going to get the first down, go out of bounds or nearly out of bounds. Yeah, he's out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Big play right there.
Yeah, excellent play design there. You know, getting the ball in the hands of just one of the biggest guys on your team, and big people beat little people, Mike.
Absolutely.
That's just how it goes.
Especially when they can run fast.
Yes, right. When they got speed with it, that's a heck of a combination.
So first down here. Kasamo just seems calmer here in the second half.
Does.
Even looking at him, he seems like he's way more in control. Tapley goes in motion to the left side. He's at tight end. Handoff here to Amarion Manuel. He's tripped up immediately in the backfield by, I can't see that number.
I think it's
40-something.
I think it was 40. It's hard to see.
I wish I could tell because that was a great play.
I'm thinking, was it Jay Sean Dorman, number 44?
Maybe.
Can't quite tell. Those numbers are hard to see.
Yeah. So he actually got 1 yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
All right, this is literally the game for Y-High on this defensive possession.
Manuel gets the handoff again. Not much there. Falls forward maybe again 1 yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
No gain on the play.
Manuel was the starter in the state championship game last year at running back. Yeah. This year he's been mostly on the defensive side, but he's averaging around 10 yards a carry coming into this game. And now the Shields comes back.
And, Mike, you got to think that this is the season for Y-High, keeping us out of the end zone.
Yep.
You know, with the clock ticking under 9 minutes to go in the football game.
Casamo takes a snap, looks left. He's throwing towards the end zone. That ball is going to be
picked off.
Picked off. Is it picked off?
Picked off.
Is it?
Yeah.
See no sign. Yep, picked off. Huge interception there. Didn't see who it was. Was it Outlaw again?
I believe, yes, it was number 5, Mr. Outlaw, who has just made a heck of an impact on this football game, and a crucial, crucial turnover in the red zone in the air by Blake Casamo.
Absolutely. And with that, Johnny Hobgood jumps up and starts throwing the ball on the sideline. So it's Y-High ball. They are backed up at their own 11. Trailing by 5.
So now it flips the script. Now this is the most important possession on defense for the Stephen Decatur Seahawks of their season.
Right. 8:47 left. There's the snap to Roach. He looks left, throws the screen. It's caught. Brooks Waters over there on the tackle. That's going to gain about 4.
Still a lot of east-west in the passing game for Y-High tonight. You know, not afraid. They're not afraid to challenge our athletes. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, even on the pick. I mean, Outlaw, he goes to the attacks the football more than Zakari, and comes away with the football.
Yeah. So 2nd down, about 6. Roach takes a snap, hands off, and that's going to not go very far at all. Wrapped up by a number of Seahawks. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 7, maybe a loss of 1 there.
I think Coach Coleman and the defense has got the Y-High offense pegged right now. Y-High needs to come up with something deep in the play. On this drive, definitely on this drive and the last drive.
Ring those bells.
So 3rd down, about 6, a long 6. Roach takes a snap. He rolls to his right. He looks back to his left. He's throwing long. He's got a man down there, but it's overthrown. Looking for Aaron Sadberry, who had beaten the defender, but the ball was thrown over his head. We got a Y-High player down. That's going to bring up 4th down. And we'll step away for just a second here as they tend to this Y-High player. 19-14, 7:24 left. Y-High ball on their own 15-yard line, 4th and 6. We'll be right back. All right. That was Taven and Outlaw who was injured, but he got up and left on his own power, so it looks like he's okay. Y-High is going to punt here on 4th and 6 from their own 15-yard line. David Chandler back deep. They haven't kicked to him all night. We'll see if Decatur comes after this punt. A couple suspect snaps earlier in the game.
It might be time to try and go after one here.
And there's a timeout, Y High. We got sponsors?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to read some sponsors?
Yeah, let's roll them off.
Okay.
All right. We thank you all immensely from entire, obviously, Stephen Decatur football program, but all of our athletics as well. Casual Designs Furniture on Route 50. AGH Hospital, right over here in Berlin. Fractured Prune Donuts. Bradley Atlantic Insurance. Seed Floor, Hardwood, and Carpet. Taylor Bank. Poppy's Taco Joint over on 15th Street. TEAM Productions, full-service event company, right? Does all of our Decatur graduation. Jersey Mike's, Preston Auto Group, Surfing Betty's over on 15th Street. The Town of Ocean City. Park Place Jewelers. We got the holidays coming up, Mike.
Absolutely.
Don't say that too loud around the valves.
Nope.
Right? And the Harrison Group, hotels and restaurants.
We thank you guys very much. Y High about to punt. Okerblum out. 4th and 6. High snap. Decatur comes after it. Can't get it. The punt's away. It's not going to be a great one, though. It's only going to get out to about the 32-yard line where Decatur will take over. And number 16, Johnny Hobgood, is out on the field. Looks like he's going to come in the game. We told you last week he took a knee to the calf. Hasn't played yet tonight. But with 7 minutes and 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter and a huge drive for Decatur, Hobgood's going to come on the field. Is this his Willis Reed moment?
Could be.
Are you old enough to know Willis Reed?
Could be. Oh, yeah. New York Nick.
Yes, sir.
New York Nick. Right. So Johnny was, trying to move around a little bit in practice yesterday. Got put through a workout. Woke up really, really sore today. Actually was having trouble putting weight on that side. And we'll see what he's got going on. It's still a little ginger out there right now.
He is. You said ginger. That was a good one. Tribe-wise in motion. Hobgood takes a snap. He hands off to DeShields. He's got space. He's up the middle. He's going to be inside the 20-yard line down to the 16. It's going to be a first down, moving the chains. DeShields has come alive in this second half.
Yep. Just keep going over and over and over and over. And Vernon's going to, space is going to get opened up for him. It's late in the game right now. It's cold. I mean, definitely by far the coldest game they played in this year.
Yeah. If nothing else, you're running the clock, So, yeah, temps down in the 40s now. Hobgood's been sitting all night. He's going to pass on this one. Looking left. Scrambles to his right. He's going to get outside and be down inside the 10-yard line. His leg looked all right on that one.
Yeah.
Look, a gamer's a gamer, man. Johnny's a gamer.
And the adrenaline's flowing right now.
Yeah.
And
that is something that Casamo does not bring to the game, being able to get around the edge like that on the keeper.
Yeah, Johnny has really surprised us this year with being able to run the football. You go from, to Bryson Coleman, and you're just not sure.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And Johnny, as a ball carrier, has been phenomenal and really deserving of the Bayside Conference Player of the Year, if you ask me.
28 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, another 6 touchdowns on the ground. He hands off to DeShields this time, who's got he doesn't get much. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe one. And that's going to bring up third down.
No gain on the play. It's going to be third down for
and about 5, I think.
Getting into that mindset now that, Y High is they only have 2 timeouts left. They're going to need to really pick their spots and how to use them, especially if we get into the end zone.
Decatur with all 3 timeouts. Clock running down to about 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Hobgood. Quick throw to the left. Is that complete? Can't tell. Incomplete. Looks like was intended to Zakari Baker. So now, what are you going to do? Are you going to kick?
Intended for Zakari Baker.
Looks like.
Ball's incomplete.
Looks like they're going to kick the field goal, which I think is a great call.
Right. So the supporting cast of wideouts tonight, an uncharacteristic game from them. Just a couple of key drops. not really fighting real hard for the football. I know if we can advance through this game that'll change for next week, but definitely something that you've not seen this year from the wideout core.
So Wallace, the snap. Hold is down, the kick is up. The kick is no good. He has missed his first field goal of the year. Kick goes wide to the left. And that's a huge, huge miss. A make there probably puts this one out of the reach. Now Y-High is going to have the ball.
So glimmers of hope still yet for the Y-High Indians in their season. A must-see 5 minutes and 7 seconds of Bayside football, folks.
Absolutely. 849 people watching right now. Thank you so much for joining us on SDHS Sports. Settle in here. The last 5 minutes of this game are going to be something else. Y-High ball, trailing by 5. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Sophomore quarterback, Landon Roach in there. Takes a snap, hands off. It's going to be Thomas, who's going to get about 3 before he's brought down. Out to just inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, no panic from Coach McMurdo at all over there. Sticking with the guy who's really been the standout for them, and Kevin Thomas. 6 foot, 180-pound junior.
And Brooks Waters goes down again. He was injured earlier, and he goes down after this play. And we're going to have a timeout on the field. 4 minutes, 42 seconds left, 19-14 Decatur. We'll be right back. All right, Brooks Waters walking off the field on zone power, but limping pretty bad. Looks like he's got a lower leg injury. See what that brings. 2nd and 6. The clock is running inside 4 minutes and 40 seconds now. Y-High ball at their own 24. Long field to go. They need a touchdown. There's the give. And bottled up immediately. Nowhere to go. Thomas was hit immediately by Nate Tapley, it looked like.
Absolutely, man. Kevin Thomas, Vernon DeShields, in the offseason, they're working out together at CSP, the group Dom Flora runs. So a lot of familiarity there. They work hard. They get to CSP. These guys get to these off-season workout places and just really, really grind after it. Paying off for him tonight in the postseason.
So 3rd down. Roach looks to the right. He passes. He hits his man. Dorn with the tackle. Did he stop him short? He did. So it's going to be 4th down here at the Y-High 28.
For the Indians.
It's like Kyle Mumford is in at linebacker right now.
Sophomore.
Subbed out Peyton Travers, and Kyle Mumford is in the game at linebacker. No, Peyton's out there. He's out there. Yeah, there he is. So 2 linebackers set right now with those 2 guys.
Huge 4th down play here. 4th and 2. Clock running inside of 3.5 minutes.
I mean, you got to give it to Thomas, right? Somehow, some way.
I think so, too. We'll see. 4 wide outs, and there's going to be a timeout for Y-High.
Yeah.
Okay. So, 4th and 2, man. This is big time right here. Haven't seen anything like this with Decatur this year.
I don't know if they'll try it, but, on the last 3rd down of the previous possession for Y-High, they had a guy over the top behind all of our defenders.
Absolutely.
And a throw that was just maybe a yard, past the intended receiver. I don't know. Who was the receiver? I can't even remember.
It was Sadberry, I think.
Sadberry.
Yep.
I mean, he was at the 50, and if that ball is caught, he's gone.
He was gone. So we'll see what they come up with here. Huge play. This could be the season for Y-High if they fail to convert. Decatur, all 3 timeouts left. Scoreboard showing Y-High with 1, but I think that was their last one. Not totally sure, but
yeah, I think it was too.
All right, so here we go, folks. Y-High comes out.
For this 4th and 2 for the Indians.
3 wideouts. Looks like I think they're going to run. They got Mills in the backfield, looks like to me. There's a snap, handoff to the left side. It's Thomas. He's going to have the first down and more out to about the 36-yard line. Got that easily.
And that's your highest percentage play call right there, folks.
Yeah, it looked like they brought an extra. They took one of their wideouts out and brought maybe Mills. It looked like Mills to me. Again, we can't see these numbers very well in these Y-High jerseys from up here in the booth.
Yeah, I think they brought in Mills. He was a lead blocker there.
Yeah.
You know, Brett Schultz did a nice job running him down, but just Thomas just alone with the ball in his hands.
So 1st and 10 for Y-High, 2:45 on the clock. Roach takes a snap, rolls to his left. He throws short, and that's going to fall incomplete.
It'll be
Scoreboard's still showing Y-High with 1 timeout. So we'll go with that.
Yeah. Passing game for Y-High really has come to a halt.
Agreed. It's been the Kevin Thomas show, really.
It really has, yeah. I mean, Landon Roach has done a nice job, but our secondary, Coach Coleman has got them pinned down. It's a lot of intermediate stuff, still a lot of east and west. I mean, you had a guy deep north and south. I don't know why they don't maybe try a shot at it.
Yeah. Handoff there, hit immediately in the backfield and dropped Nate Tapley with a huge tackle for the loss there on Kevin Thomas.
And Nate Tabley will be playing Division I football somewhere next year, and that right there is the reason why.
He should be. So 2:17 now. The clock is running. It's 3rd and long for Y-High. They're taking it. High school football.
Yeah, that's right.
So they're
warning myself.
Yeah, they're taking their time here. The clock's under 2 minutes now.
Got to speed it up.
Roach is telling everybody they got to go. They got to go. Snap. Handoff to the left. It's Thomas. Same play from before. He's not going to be close to the first down. He's going to be stopped well short.
Did he get out of bounds?
The clock is running. He is not out of bounds.
Wow.
The clock running down near 1 minute and 30 seconds. Y-High just standing around. The clock's still running. Y-High's just standing there.
Yeah. Confusion right now on Y-High sideline, that's for sure, and they have not been confused all night, but the clock is ticking away.
It's 4th down and 6.
I know Kevin Thomas will want that carry back and not getting out of bounds to stop the clock.
Clock rolling down to 1:10 now. Roach takes a snap. Biggest play of his life so far. Rolls to the right. He's got pressure in his face. Throws it up. It's incomplete. Decatur's going to hold on. Incomplete. No flags down. There is a late flag. A late flag has just come in.
Wow.
A late flag has come in.
Wow. Really late flag on the play. I mean, you're talking a whole almost 35, 45 seconds after the ball had hit the turf.
We'll see what this call is.
It's definitely going to be intentional grounding, right? I mean,
you would hope.
It's kind of the consensus up here in the booth.
One of the Y-High players was saying it's a defensive holding, but maybe that was hopeful, wishful thinking.
I mean, it wasn't even in the realm of being close.
Everybody's staying out there. Nobody's leaving. So we'll find out right here. It is going to be against Decatur.
Good Lord have mercy. Wow. Wow.
We had a hold on the defense. 10-yard penalty.
I mean,
so there you go. 4 more downs for Y-High. 1 minute and 1 second. This Decatur defense has been so good all year, they're going to have to stand up here.
With 1:01 left in the 4th quarter, it's 1st and 10 for the Indians.
It's touchdown to nothing for Y-High. Got to score.
Yeah, Day up top, making sure nothing over the top of the entire defense.
Roach is looking over the middle. Ooh. Went back to the well, the same play as before. Incomplete for Thomas. Hit Thomas on that earlier over the middle for a long gain this time, off his fingertips. It's going to bring up second down and long at the 50-yard line.
Probably most importantly, that stops the clock for them.
Yeah.
So just mass chaos for Y-High. Mass chaos from the officiating crew on that last fourth down play. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, they looked like they had no clue what they were going to do at the end of that drive. The clock was running. They just run out there and throw the ball up in the air. It lands incomplete, and all of a sudden the flag comes in well after the play. Roach takes a snap, runs to his right. He's got pressure. He lobs it over the middle, and that's going to fall incomplete. Pressure from Peyton Travers on the right side.
Yeah, all big plays tonight that Y-High has had against us, the big hitters, have been in the middle of the field, between the hashes. She's got to keep an eye on that. Keep Day-Day stationary right there, right in the middle of the hashes.
Big-time excitement. Crowd's going nuts over here on the Decatur side. 3rd down and long at the 50-yard line, 3rd and 10. The sophomore quarterback against the top defense in the Bayside. One of the top defenses in the state. Pressure through. Tapley with a sack. 10-yard loss. The clock's still running. Y-High's got to call timeout if they actually do have one, and they finally do. With 37 seconds left, Y-High uses their final timeout. It's going to be 4th down and long.
Boy, Nate Tapley just playing like a man possessed.
Man.
Like a man possessed. College coaches, if you are watching anywhere and you see this boy out here playing tonight, you better start getting on the phone because he is an absolute monster on the defensive line.
Absolutely is. What a game. 19-14. It's going to be 4th and 18 when Y-High comes back on the field. And it's going to be all or nothing. Phew, my heart's beating.
Man.
I don't know about you.
Absolutely.
Stressing me out, man.
I was just having to take a step back when that flag come in and realize that we're doing this for the school.
Right.
And not from my couch.
Right, exactly.
And not from my couch.
So the Decatur defense out. Battling through adversity tonight. Look, Ethan Bradshaw's had an injury. Brooks Waters is off with an injury.
Yeah, the war of attrition, man.
Yeah.
Postseason football.
So here we go.
Next man up. The 10th graders have really done well and held their own out here tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Y-High comes out. 3 wide receivers in the bunch formation to the right, 1 to the left. Kevin Thomas in the backfield. 4th and 18, 37 seconds. Here's the snap. Roach rolls to his right. He's got pressure. He's going to be brought down. And Decatur's going to win the football game on the sack. Sully Alker gets through. Finished off.
Playing tight games at every level.
Yep.
Really is a absolute, pressure-defining moments when you can manage that clock.
And you see people mess it up even at the highest levels,
I mean, I think you get wrapped up in the moment. And sometimes, even with all the coaches and all that stuff, it's just clock management.
A lot happening, a lot of decisions to be made. Hey, thanks tonight to Dave Dotson, our czar of everything. Ron Canera, our producer. AJ, Sean, Tyler. Who's on the camera tonight? Who's on the camera tonight? Hey, who's on the camera? I'm trying to give a shout out to the camera. Emmeline, yeah, Emmeline. Thanks to Emmeline for being down on the sideline on the camera. We'll be back next week, folks. Will it be Walkersville? Will it be Kent Island? I'm not totally sure, but
we'll
be
here.
We'll be here.
And we'll be here.
6 o'clock, I believe, next Friday night will be quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Quarterfinals,
yeah.
Man. So
hats off to the Y-High Indians, man. Again, great season. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in.
Yep.
Share this broadcast. Let's get over 1,000 viewers next week for this game. What do you think, Mike?
That'd be fun, man. Well, that's it. 19-14, Decatur wins, holds on here against a tough Y-High squad. We'll catch you guys next week, 6 o'clock, right here on the youtube.com/SDHS Sports. Thank you so much. We'll see you.